What's up, Fearless Millionaires? It's your boy Nathan here, and I wanted to share a lesson with you, kind of coop on the time that we have while we're going through some traffic jam here. So I wanted to talk to you a bit about leadership and what it takes to be a leader, and a few tips on leadership that you can apply into your life right away. That's very simple, very easy, and the first thing I want to share with you here in my notes is leadership, first of all, is a challenge, right? It's a challenge. It's not easy. Leadership is where you are have authority, you have management control, people look up to you, your credibility factor is a lot higher. So leadership is where people are going to come to you for a direction, right? They want to know. People in every community, in every state, in every country, in every, even to a family, right? There's always leadership. There's always someone in authority that we look up to for guidance, for instruction, to know what to do. And if you want to be a leader, you actually have to, what they say is step up, right? You have to be the one that has to take the rise, and you have to apply yourself and learn new skills. No one is born a leader, right? There may be some things that people see, like they may have some character attributes. Like sometimes if someone is very talkative or outgoing, people say, oh, that person's a leader, right? Or they're very out there, right? Or they're very, bold, right? But that's not leadership. Actually, leadership is not a boss, right? A boss telling you what to do. That's not leadership. A leadership doesn't say, do this for me, or get this done for me, or, right? That's not leadership. Leadership is, let's do this together. Let's work on this. And they use the word let's a lot, L-E-T-S, let's. There's actually an acronym for that, but I don't know it off the top of my head. But doing things together, let's work together, let's build this together, is a very important thing to have in leadership. So if you want to lead people, you have to have a big vision, and you have to include other people with it. It's not just telling people what to do. So the other thing is that I want to share with you from my notes is leaders must learn to discipline their disappointments. As a leader, you're going to be disappointed, right? In life, we're all going to be disappointed. It's just natural. It just happens that when you're a leader, you're going to be trying to take steps and risks that most people don't want to take, right? So in order to do that, you have to take that step forward. You have to, be willing to do that. But along the way, there's going to be disappointments. Listen, situations are going to happen. People are going to let you down. Sometimes people are not, they're going to say one thing with their mouth, but they're not going to show it in their actions. That's okay though. As a leader, that's okay. All that does is to your benefit. It shows you who's serious and who is not serious, right? That's really what it is. And when, as a leader, you want to find the people who are going to be around you, that are going to move this goal or this vision or this project forward. They're the people that are going to help you grow what you're trying to do, your mission, right? But what's important as leaders, what we have to remember is it's not what happens to us, it's what we choose to do about what happens. And that's the difference maker. See, it's not what happens to us, it's what happens, it's what we do with what happens, right? So like I was sharing in a previous video about how I recently got, pulled over by the police, and, I was there for an hour and building a case, and it all depends on the decisions you make when something is happening to you. So there's always two roads, right? There's always two roads. You can always go down one road that's going to lead to destruction or down, or just, not get you anywhere, right? And that road leads to a lot of high emotion. There could be a lot of high anger, a lot of passion, a lot of drive. And if the emotions are not good in that area, then it's just going to go down really fast. So if I got really, really angry in that situation with the police, well, guess what? It would have got out of hand. I probably would have been arrested, and my emotions would have just kept rising and rising, right? That's actually what happens with riots, right? People's emotions are so high, they're passionate about something, they're driven, and it just goes down a really bad road, right? However, if you take your leadership and your emotions on that other road, the more positive road, means you have to control your emotions. You can still be passionate, you can still be driven, but it's how you react in the situation that makes all the difference. So when you react in a negative way, you're going to get negative results. When you act in a positive way, you're going to get more positive results. And the cool thing is, better things are going to happen to you when you master your emotions for the positive. When you master your emotions for, tough situations, or when things don't seem like they're going right, you can either continue to be really stressed out in a bad situation or in a stressful situation when you're working with other people, or you can kind of just let it go off your shoulder and just kind of roll with it, right? Because the reality is, as a leader, and as you grow as a leader in your field, in your company, in your home, is that there's going to be other people there that are going to challenge you. There's going to be situations that are going to confront you. What matters is how you confront and how you approach those challenges. That makes all the difference as a leader. When you look at some of the leaders in the world, whether it's politicians or leaders of big companies, sometimes when you look at it from a politician standpoint, their opposition or another country maybe go against them, or there may be one side of a party goes against another side of the party, and there's a lot to handle there, but they have to master their emotions. And you've probably seen this maybe on YouTube or some videos where you've seen members of parliament or different governments where all of a sudden there's fights and riots breaking out inside of the government, inside of parliament, and laws are being made by Congress and whatnot. And there's fights going out. Why? Because there wasn't a mastering of the emotions. Now, most of the time it is, but in sometimes heated situations, you have to master those emotions. Now, on the other side, like in business, you may have let's say an angry customer, right? An angry customer that comes at you and is really upset. Now, you can choose two roads. You can either get really negative and mad at that customer and blame it on them, or you can be a leader and try to calm down the situation and understand where they're coming from. So again, those are just two simple examples that in order to be a leader, to grow, and to handle certain situations as a leader, you have to manage your emotions effectively. You have to remember to remain calm. You have to remember that there's other people that are looking up to you as a leader, and to see how you handle situations. Leadership is not just you telling what to do and telling people what to do. It's you leading by example. It's you encouraging other people to do the better thing, to take the higher road. So keep that in mind as you become a leader, and learn. And I want to leave you with this last tip here that I wrote down. It says, learn to help people with more than just their jobs. Learn to help them with their lives. As a leader, there's going to be a lot of people around you that have different projects. They may work for you in a company. You may be a manager to them. But don't just help them with the job that they're in. Help them with their life. Find a way that you can add value into their life. That's what leadership really is helping people grow together, and not just dictating and telling them what to do. So I hope you got some value out of this lesson of leadership, some quick leadership tips that you can apply into your life right away. Take one of these tips and just apply it. You don't have to apply all of them right away, but just apply one and see what happens. Apply it on a regular basis and watch what happens. Watch how your leadership will increase and the stress will decrease in your life. So I appreciate you watching. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll talk to you real soon.